welcome back. And here we are. We have number 2 on this latest series of things that affect, change, alter, influence marital happiness. This is a good one that I think is very good for a fruitful discussion. Because I didn't think about it at first. And I said, actually, I see now why. And here it is. One thing that can affect your marital happiness the most,
okay,
in terms of if it could bring it down,
okay,
and it's about expectations, is expecting your spouse to stay the same throughout the course of your relationship. That you get married in 1997, your spouse is a certain way,
okay,
and you expect your spouse to be in 1997 the same man or woman that they were. And it may be in terms of their life position, and maybe in terms of a million different areas of life, work, health, their other relationships, what they do for fun. It could be anything. In 2023, and they're not.
The same person?
Do you expect them to be the basic same person? And I always like to like life in terms of 4 big domains: work, health, relationships, and recreation and play.
Okay.
You expect yourselves pretty much to be the same, and now they're not. So you married somebody and they were a secretary, and now they are an administrator, and they're up there now. Now they got a big important job. Or you marry somebody and they've got a ton of great close friends, and you know all their close friends, and now throughout the course of your marriage, they're a little bit more of an introvert. They don't have the same level of friends they've got. I could keep going on and on and on and on. What do you think about it? You think that affects marital happiness?
Yeah, because I think about us. It's funny. I think about us and how when we were dating, the thing you liked about me was that I was outgoing.
I loved it. Yes.
And
Outgoing.
always doing something.
Always doing something, just so giving and outgoing and bright. Right?
So you liked that about me.
I liked it.
But then it became an irritant to you later, because I was like, okay, I'm at this job. You got used to it. You like, yes, this is nice.
She's a teacher.
And now,
period.
And now I want to go to this job. And then 3 years later, I wanted another job. And then I went back to school. And then I was like, let's get a car. And I was like, let's get a house.
Yes. Yeah.
And so each of those stages, your complaint was, but we good. Why we gotta move? Why we gotta change?
You were a teacher when I married you.
That's right.
You were doing fine.
That's
we were doing
right.
good. I needed to grow, but you were good.
I'll never forget when I told you I wanted to go to school to become an administrator. You had a serious meltdown.
I don't remember that.
We were at Lehman College, sitting outside the Lovinger Theater in that little walkway, and you had a total meltdown. You were like, I don't understand. Why you gotta keep going? Why you can't just be happy with where you are?
Go sit down somewhere.
Go sit down somewhere. And so, yeah, I could see that our marital happiness
was affected. It was affected by that. No, it was.
It went way down.
And look, and I can see why for anybody is that if you have the expectation that the man or the woman that you are getting together with now,
right,
at the beginning of your marriage,
right,
it's pretty much life and them are going to be the same.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not talking about the commitment to the marriage changing. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about their love for you, all of it. I'm just talking about life does change us. Even if we have the same character, even with the same character, characters evolve and change. It's funny, hindsight, I should have known that if I have somebody who is faithful, a go-getter, that you wouldn't be at the same job position for long. Like, I should have known that.
You just don't think about it.
You don't think about it.
You don't think about it. You're just enjoying the bliss of right now.
Right.
And not realizing that a change of status, of character, of personality, of goals, of dreams, it's going to affect that marriage. You don't think it's going to affect you, but it really does.
And I think the if I were to put the word in all caps or bold it, It would be the expectation.
Expectation.
I think any time when we are in our marriages holding on more to our expectations of what should be is going to affect you. And that's with anything. That's going to affect your marital happiness, because the more you're into your head about what your spouse should be, about your marriage, even when we talked about last time about comparing yourself to others, when it's more about shoulds, you're likely going to be disappointed. Reality has a habit of smacking you awake. So if you have that expectation, you're going to be the same. It's probably going to be, you're going to be surprised, or at worst, at best, disappointed at worst.
So what could you do?
I think the best thing to do is, one, to realize the person you are marrying now will likely not be the same man or woman 10, 20, 30 years from now, after you have children, after, look, life changes us. It just does. We're still us, but we evolve, we grow, we go through things, we do change. And some people say, hallelujah, my husband going to change. But also, our spouses may change in a way that frustrates us.
I was thinking about something people could try.
Go.
I heard this couple in New Jersey, they said that every January they have a reintroduction session.
I've never heard.
Where they sit down and they reintroduce themselves to each other with their, what are the things that are the same and what are the things that are different.
I love it. I've never heard that.
I had never heard of it either, but I remembered it as you was talking. And maybe for couples, they need a reintroduction session where I introduce myself, what I like, what I want, where I want to go, and maybe something I want to do. And really listen to each other and hear each other out. Because the person you have in your head may not be the person that's sitting across from you anymore.
That's the key. The person, the love map that you had of your spouse a year ago may actually be very different from the person that's sitting in front of you now. That is a great challenge I want to be able to give you guys as a discussion point, and to actually have that kind of discussion.
Yeah.
Have a reintroduction time.
Yes.
A time to kind of ask yourself, in essence, speaking in language that we tend to speak, update your love map.
Yeah.
Of, man, what's changed in the past year about your career and work? What's changed in the past year about your relationships? Mm-hmm. What's changed? Has anything changed in this past year about your health or health goals? Has anything changed in this past year about what you find fun and things you want to do? I like to always look at life in those four domains: work, health, love, and play, or relationships and play. And if you just ask your spouse that question, that could be a great reintroduction. Don't let expectations affect your marital happiness. Yes. We do change. This has been great. Have the talk.